EU official Martin Selmayr sparked backlash when he tried to make a comparison between Europe's vaccine rollout rate and that of Africa, the poorest continent on Earth. Last year, European governments shifted responsibility for vaccination procurement to the EU. This is because German Chancellor Angela Merkel reasoned that it would have strained EU cohesion if Germany had procured privileged supplies of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine, which was funded by Berlin. The move seems to have backfired. So far, the UK has vaccinated over 9 million people, while the whole of the European Union has vaccinated just over 10 million, despite accounting for 27 countries. This is why the news that AstraZeneca, an Anglo-Swedish vaccine maker, may supply less than 40% of the doses the EU expected in the first quarter has sparked fury among the bloc's leaders. Amid the recriminations, in an extraordinary move on Friday night, the bloc announced it would introduce the export controls on its vaccines entering Northern Ireland in a bid to prevent the region becoming a backdoor for jabs to be sent to the UK's mainland. London, Dublin and Belfast immediately condemned the decision, and a few hours later, Brussels decided to reverse the move. In the aftermath of this fiasco, Brussels remains in damage limitation mode. On Sunday, top EU diplomat Martin Selmayr, who reveled in his nickname the Monster of Brussels during his time serving as Jean-Claude Juncker's aide, attempted to make a comparison between Europe's vaccine rollout rate and that of Africa, the poorest continent on Earth. Mr. Selmayr, who now serves as the EU Commission representative in Austria, wrote, "The EU, thanks to the joint work of 27 governments, EU Commission, researchers and companies vaccinated 12 million people in 3 weeks. 128 countries have not yet started vaccinating, e.g. Japan, South Africa. In Africa only 20,000 people have been vaccinated so far." It wasn't long before Mr. Selmayr's tweet backfired, with Twitter users pointing out that in many countries in Africa, vaccination programs are having to wait while richer countries, including many of those in the EU, get a head start. When a Brussels-based journalist pointed out exactly that, accusing Mr. Selmayr of making a crass comparison and self-owning Brussels style, the diplomat replied, saying he misunderstood. He wrote, "The EU wants that everybody can be vaccinated." Mr. Selmayr served as Mr. Juncker's chief of staff and was reportedly determined to punish Britain for leaving the bloc in the Brexit negotiations.